A mom tells her son to be a shaman. The spirits are protecting you. Become a shaman or evil things will get out of my face, you're not Seiko. The boy doesn't listen and continues to live his life. 2 years later, Trokkun strikes. Waking up, he finds that he has transmigrated. In this life, he's an undercover magic professor. But what does that have to do with being a shaman? I do not know. We get to the train station and see Ludiger, a new professor on his way to the academy. In the train, he talks with an older gentleman, and while they are conversing, the train is attacked. One of the attackers breaks in, is defeated by Ludiger, then interrogated. What is your plan? Anyway, Deidara keeps laughing, then shows his artwork. On the scene, only the older gentleman remains with a torn skin mask. On the first read, I was confused. How was he? When did who? But I think I get it now. The MC was this older gentleman, then switched identities with the real professor after the attack. Or maybe this is his real face? I still don't get it. They look pretty the same to me. Anyway, we see that he's gone by a few different identities previously. One of the most notable is the mercenary called Machiavelli who helped the princess win the war. This might be important later on. Anyway, the explosion hits, then the conductor comes in. Are you guys okay? You're the bad guy, aren't you? What? How can I? Surprise, I'm the bad guy. Then his goons flock him with blicks and try to fire, but he's a mage. Now time to make quick work of these criminals. He is neutralized. After getting chased around the train, he returns and clears the scene with a powerful attack. Then just as he's about to finish up the mage boss, he's interrupted by a female knight, Veronica Deville. Veronica Deville. Everything's alright now, right? Wrong. There's something completely wrong about the situation now. There's an investigation starting, but he's trying to keep his identity hidden. Plus his mask tore, so he looks completely different from his boarding ticket. And with so many officers and knights around, escape is impossible. Oh, I now get how he becomes a spy. While the officers are interrogating him, Veronica says what she saw, and the officers mistake him to be the professor, Ludiger. So I guess to keep up the charade, he actually goes to the academy and starts his new life. It's like that one police skit where the guy pretends to be a father for years just to get out of his speeding ticket. Back to the story, he readily accepts the identity and gets to his destination. Then the officer offers to escort him to the academy, but he manages to wiggle himself out of it. Just a second away from freedom, a carriage from the academy arrives to pick him up. Yo, this mech horse looks amazing, bruv. But someone who's not looking amazing right now is Ludiger, who's within the carriage. After thinking for a while, he decides to fully take on the identity and wait for an opportunity. On arrival, he's taken to see the principal. The principal, Elisa! But he's still bent on leaving as soon as possible. That's until he sees his salary. Bro was like, what, 2 more years? I can always start over. Start a new life. Some time goes by and it's just 2 weeks till his first class when... Seems like Ludiger had ties with some dark individuals, cause someone reaches out to the MC as he drinks his coffee. We still don't know his name, by the way. Hats off to this guy for how he calmly answers like he knows what the fudge is going on. Why haven't you been in contact? I had something to check. Where's the info I need? Did he send it out already? I was just making sure. How are things on your end? All traitors have been packed. I can't begin to describe how much guts this man has. He somehow turns it on the hood and makes it her fault. The way he takes control of the conversation is so natural too. Anyway, after all the tough guy facade, he walks away furiously cursing in his head. He's gotten into a big mess now. And this is just what the story needs, more layers. The person he's impersonating has a secret identity, and he's not just going to live a normal boring life. Bright early morning, Ludiger steps into the class. As he introduces himself to the class, he's interrupted, and we get to see what could be a potential main character. And he seems to recognize her too. I'm guessing she might be the princess he helped. Then after that, he's approached by a fellow new teacher. Let's be real, she's probably the hooded figure from before. Either way, she takes him to meet the new professors, and something strange happens. As he introduces himself, another professor at the back looks shocked and shifts his head away. I know I'm dropping a lot of thoughts, but I think this might be the real Ludiger who's trying to escape from the society, and he might have even been working with the rebels. Or the professor might be the other first order that the hooded figure told him about. Okay, I was wrong about the first one. The female teacher isn't the hooded figure, because the hooded figure is shown here and has a shorter hair. Anyway, in his first lecture, Ludiger tries his best to get fewer students to attend his next one. But this henchman doesn't know that and promotes the class to help him. Entering the class, Ludiger meets his worst nightmare. All the seats are filled. In this class, we have someone who clearly thinks she's the protagonist. A noble who follows people around, makes snide remarks, and then gets mad for no reason. And another one who acts too cool for cool. Wait, I said that wrong. Who acts too cool for school. Also in this class, there's the third princess and the leader of the noble clique that this guy is part of. Anyway, from all that, Ludiger gets to his teaching room, and opens the door only to see the principal in there waiting for him. Contrary to what he thinks, she's there to congratulate him. But after she leaves the room, we see a weird scene. The butler who brought Ludiger to the academy is questioning her about him. What is his real identity? Is he the evasive zeroth order? Who knows? As they both keep walking, we get to know that the real principal still hasn't made an appearance. So this lady must be an investigator of some, because she had used her captivating Vascania, some kind of Sharingan variant, to scope out Ludiger twice. And she even gets frighteningly close to unraveling his identity. Till now I still can't see what being or not being a shaman has to do with anything. Was it just a means to an end? Anyway, Ludiger seems to have some problems because he's taking meds. But there's a problem. He just took the last one and has to get a new one. But there's none close by that won't reveal his identity. So that's why he contacts his friend. I like how the author keeps raising the stakes for him. Anyway, it turns out that this his friend, Hans, also clings onto meds. If Hans uses meds to keep himself from transforming, then why do you think Ludiger uses it? After that episode, Ludiger is embroiled in another situation. At a point you would think, is that it? Is it just going to revolve around him almost being caught every single time and escaping?
We killed him, man! I know!
But then you see how he takes care of that and hooks your attention again. With the heart-pounding moments when his identities are linked and found out, to when cracks in his identity show due to ever-changing situations. This manhwa keeps you hooked and thrilled. Will his organization do well? Will they overtake the markets and shame the snobbish nobles? Is he even a good guy? Is the real Ludiger still alive? The manhwa makes you ask a lot of questions and takes you step by step to unravel the answers hidden within. With long-time enemies on his track showing up one after the other to new enemies that keep on testing him, the story keeps getting interesting as you read it. As he's stuck in a whirlpool of events, not working with the principal nor with the order, but having to play all those roles simultaneously while managing his own former identities. The show takes you on a roller coaster of emotions and keeps you tied to your seat. Basically, someone is either looking for him or he's looking for someone. Either way, this is an excellent read. It gets a 9 out of 10. Check it out after you like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll catch you in the next one. Omniam, we out of here.